What's up, fire signs? This is your weekly reading, and I'm just going to jump right into it. But if you want a personal reading, that's linked in the description below, and there will also be a card that comes out at some point during this video. Let's see what we get. Let's see what we get for you guys, you fiery little bastards. 9 of Swords, okay. Stressy McStressington, 2 of Wands in reverse. And the Magician in reverse. Some of you guys could be trying to trick people into thinking that you have shit all together, but you don't. Some of you guys also could just have somebody around you that is very manipulative. When the Magician comes out in reverse, this is con artistry. This is trickery. This can be mask wearing and pretending to be something that you're not. Not in a sense that you're like deceiving yourself. It's more so, I know I'm deceiving others. Or somebody knows they're deceiving you and getting one over on you. So just take it as a possible warning. 9 of Swords, though, attached to this is restlessness. Some of you guys could be having trouble sleeping in regards to this situation. Just maybe your thoughts are racing. And again, if some of you guys are trying to portray to others that your financial situation is wonderful, it's great, whatever, when it really isn't, this can be sort of that sort of energy. I'm also getting just anxiety around taking action on a thing. You have the tools that you need to either begin something or embark. Again, this is a theme that's coming up in all of the fucking readings, is this 2 of Wands in reverse, which is, to me, not really embarking, or not planning to embark. And so the Magician in reverse can be an energy of like, you guys don't think you have what it takes to do this thing, whatever the fuck this thing is. Make it make sense to you, because, you know, this is a general reading, a collective reading. A lot of restless thoughts surrounding this that might be keeping you from taking the resources that you have, utilizing them to create the thing that you're wanting to create. When I think of the Magician, my best analogy for the Magician card is you want a cake, right? You want a cake, but you don't have the money for a cake. But already in your home, you have every single ingredient. You go on Google and you see this recipe for this bomb-ass fucking cake. And you're like, oh shit, I have all of these ingredients already here. Those are the tools and the resources that you need to have a cake. But what do you need to do with those tools and resources? You need to put them together and bake, right? You need to put the sugar with the fucking flour and the vanilla extract and the eggs and milk or whatever the fuck you do to make a cake. You need to put them together. You need to mix it and get it to the right consistency. Then you need to pour it into a fucking baking pan or whatever the fuck, a cake pan. And then you need to set the oven. There's steps, there's things that you need to do with those ingredients, but you have the ingredients nonetheless, right? So in this analogy, when the Magician is in reverse, you have those ingredients for your cake, but you're refusing to put them all together and take action to produce the cake because you're too afraid that the cake at the end of everything is going to taste like shit and you're going to hate it and nobody else is going to like it. And so what do? You just don't do it. You just don't bake the cake. You don't take the action. And so what ends up happening is you're still hungry for cake. You still desire the cake, but you're not doing anything to get the cake. Are you following what I'm saying? And it's because you don't think, even your ingredients, you don't think your ingredients are good enough. I'm going to keep going with this analogy because somebody needs to hear it. You don't think your ingredients are good enough, or you don't think that your ability to put those ingredients together in a really cohesive way are good enough. And so you just don't do it. An example of this is, I'm going to use myself as an example because I'm not just preaching to the fucking choir. I'm also a member of the goddamn church, okay? I do my live stream readings. When you don't see me live, it's not because, well, sometimes it is because I'm being lazy. Let's be real. But not always. It's because I get in my head with this 9 of Swords, I get so anxious and worrisome about failing, about giving a bad reading, about whatever it is, that I'm just like, what's the point? I'm not going to do it. And thus, that affects my ability to make money and pay my own fucking bills. And I become my own worst enemy. And so there could be a little bit of that sort of energy happening here. I feel this very cohesively. I feel this very strongly, potently. There's only 3 cards out, and I'm still rambling on and on. 10 of Wands in reverse. Some of you guys need to. This is a requirement. Some of you guys really need to let go of that and stop holding on to that. Stop holding on to this worry and this stress. Maybe it's worry for other people or worry for other things outside of you. That's ain't got shit to do with you. You guys got to let go of it. Some of you guys could just have a lot on your plate, right? So let's say, going back to the analogy of the cake, right? Let's say it's not cake. Let's say it's fucking cupcakes. And it's 200 of them for your kid's school, okay? Just work with me here. You still have all the ingredients. You have the right amount of ingredient that you need, okay? But you're not doing it because you're a one-man show and making 200 fucking cupcakes for 200 kids is just a really, really difficult task to do alone. And so some of you guys are like, holy shit, how can I do this? You can, in reality, you just have to start, right? But also, you could recruit some of your kids to help. You could recruit your spouse to come in. You could make it a thing, but instead you want to take on all of the fucking all of the responsibility. So that could be an area that's stunting you. That could be where this is coming from, where this lack of action is coming from. Do I dare continue to pull? The thing about this is you have the King of Wands. The thing about this is you have really good, and this is what I want to say from my literal fucking uterus. Okay? Don't ask questions. But when I get the tingles down here in my little sacral chakra, uteral area, that's where my intuition comes from. Some of you guys have really, really, you need to hear it, good ideas. Really good ideas. But you got to take the initiative at the Page of Pentacles. This can also, sometimes the Page of Pentacles can be like starting from the bottom, now we're here. The Page of Pentacles is the first court card in the Pentacle suit, which can sometimes represent like an apprentice, somebody who's learning on the job. So maybe there's still a little bit more you need to learn, which is fine, but that doesn't mean you should discredit everything You know what I mean? And some of these resources that you have at your disposal that you're not taking action on are people that you might need to get in touch with in order to ask for some sort of opportunity. I don't know, just a messenger. I don't know why that's coming through. The King of Wands is your, for me right now, it feels like your potential, the thing that you are, but are not recognizing you are. By the way, if you're here to find out if your ex still loves you, or if you're going to find love tomorrow randomly at the coffee shop, this is not the reading, because this has nothing to fucking do with love. If I feel it, I'll say it. If I feel like this could be all-encompassing, I'll say that too. This is very much so centered around purpose. Our purpose in life. And not just like purpose in the sense of our means, our way of making money, which, yeah, it could be that. But it's more just our overall purpose. Definitely tied to opportunity, though, for sure. So, you know, most of the time, purpose is directly tied to career, but it doesn't have to be. I'm gonna pull some oracle cards. All right, we got Mercury and Taurus, resistance. Don't be stubborn, okay? I'm getting stubbornness from this thing, right? Again, resistance makes a lot of sense. Cohesiveness to what this reading is saying. You guys are resisting success. You're resisting taking action towards your purpose, towards your success. Let's stop that. We don't need to stay in that energy. Venus in Capricorn, convention. Some of you guys are afraid to step out of the conventional way of doing things. You've put yourself in a box. You see the card? This lady, she's in a box. She's boxed herself in. So some of you guys again are limiting yourselves, and that's where the resistance is coming from. Like, oh, I'm only good at this thing, or whatever it is. Don't keep yourself in a box if you're not meant to be in the box, and you know what I mean? That's boring. Y'all are fire signs. You're not supposed to be boring. Let the earth signs take that, okay? The earth signs are fucking boring, not y'all. Y'all are fire signs. No offense to the earth signs. Just kidding. The earth signs aren't boring. What the fucking actual fuck? I can't make this up. I really can't. There's about 8,700 cards in this deck. It's a very thick deck. I mean, look at it. It's not a tarot deck. This is a thick bitch. Okay? Any card could come out. You get the Sun in Cancer, which is all about resourcefulness. Rewind this video back. What have I been talking about this entire time? Having the resources. You guys do. Use them. I'm done with you guys. Fire signs. When I do the fire signs, I always feel like the fiery energy, and y'all end up pissing me off. in such a good way too. Like, not in a bad way. Like, I love my fire signs, my Leos, and I love, do I know any Aries people? I don't know. Probably. Either way, I love y'all, okay? But don't piss me off and do it. Just do it, okay? Like Nike. All right, I love you guys. I'll catch you guys next week. Peace out, everybody.